The project at hand right now is sealing the top of this old box trailer. As you can see, I just have a cinder block with a piece of plywood over top of one of the vents, so that needs to be swapped back out, and I need to seal a couple spots because they are leaking on the inside. So I'll get a ladder and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so here's what I got going on. Brought the grinder up here with a wire wheel on it. What I'm going to do is go through all of these little seams. Little squares here are the seams. I'm going to take off all of the silver paint, or whatever this stuff is called, and put some Flex Seal on it. So you have this spot here, a couple spots through there, you have there, all the way through. It's only on the side. It's only on the passenger side of the thing. And then you have the one long seam all the way through the back. I also have a new top for that I just need to drill out the old rivets and put in some new ones. I replaced that whole thing because it used to just be a little circle one, so I cut the whole thing out and put that in there with some silicone and some self-tappers. So I'll put some Flex Seal around that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get grinding on this. Okay, so I got all them coated up pretty good, nice and thick with that Flex Seal. So that's going to then dry overnight. I'm hoping that I can put my second and final kind of skim coat over top, and then it'll seal. I probably didn't have to put it around this just because I put silicone on the inside and then put that down and self-tapped it, but figured I had it out, so why not? So now what I'm going to do is I will replace that plastic top. I'm not going to replace that whole piece all the way around. It's literally just the plastic top. So it'll just be a couple rivets, and then that should work. Then tomorrow I will hopefully be able to recoat this again. If not, it'll end up being on Wednesday, but it should be pretty close to being almost dry by the time tomorrow comes around because the sun's beaming down on it. Go ahead and cut this little round over piece off right here because it's too wide, so I'm going to cut that off just so I have that piece. Okay, so it was too big here, and originally I was going to cut it off, but then I just took a pair of pliers and crimped it in, so it should be small enough now. Okay, so that is now on there. Got about 4 rivets in it. You're not gonna be able to see that because of the sun, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That should hold it good enough. This thing isn't gonna be flying down the road anyway. It's actually never gonna leave again until it's demolished. But that there should keep the water out a little bit better than that plywood, even though it wasn't leaking from that plywood. It was leaking from these spots. So now what I'm gonna do is get a second coat of Flex Seal on there, and then it should be all finished up. Okay, so I put in another coat of the Flex Seal all the way around, and it should be good to go now that I have all these sealed up and that top on there now. I would have recorded it, but I broke my tripod. The only thing that I did was there was a slight, I just stepped on that. The only thing I did was there was a slight hole there, so what I did is took some electrical tape, stuck it down, and then put some Flex Seal over top. It should be good enough. The only purpose for the electrical tape was so that the Flex Seal didn't fall down into the hole like it did yesterday. It's supposed to rain here in a couple days, so as it's raining or after it's done raining, we'll go on the inside and check. Make sure that there's no water coming in. Okay, so it's been raining pretty much all night, and I have no water in here, which is good. As you can see, this here is where it would usually leak from. And there's one there, here, pretty much all the way up through here, which is what I patched. And up through there is no water dripping down because I replaced that cover. So that means that everything is sealed up. So that's going to be the end of this one. I will see you on the next project.